What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Welcome to our video that we do daily, obviously. So, a couple things, obviously. Let's go over the deal here. Dow Jones down about 1,200 points. The futures, S&P futures hit circuit breaker, meaning no more trades to the downside for futures for at least until 9:30. Nasdaq futures are down 5%. It's just a 5% move. So what happened last night? President Trump, in my opinion, had the worst speech he could possibly ever have. It was horrific, lacked leadership, lacked poise, lacked resolve, and the markets hated it. NBA canceled their season. March Madness for basketball is still on with no fans. Europa and Champions League for soccer is now suspended. Carnival Cruise Line has suspended their Princess Cruises for at least 2 months. There is a travel ban from Europe, except the UK, to the United States for the next 30 days, I believe, starting Friday. All this is what you get. Now what we're getting now, guys, is capitulation. Before we said, well, things will pass, things will pass. We are literally now getting to the point of recession. This is grinding the economy to a halt. Unless literal stimulus, in my opinion, of at least $2 trillion from the Fed and the Treasury come in, you don't buy anything. I don't think you buy any stocks here. Looking at my charts here, you can almost throw charts out the window, but if we wanted to get there, even if futures has broke the 200-day moving average on the weekly basis, we should have bounced over that. If you do not bounce over that, we now are in a 2008 mode, meaning 2316 is in effect. That is the low of December. I want to say that's almost a 90% assurance that we're getting there. My deal is telling to my guys, calls are done. You have to write puts here the whole time. I'm not going to sell any stock personally. I actually sold a couple of shares yesterday just to raise cash to trade options. I had to sell it so I can actually trade some options yesterday because I didn't have enough. I have 3 portfolios and the money is all separate. So I had to sell some cash on one, and I had a 10K challenge portfolio, and I only did 1 trade on that because I had to stick to the rules. I know it's self-inflicted rules. So in my main portfolio, I actually sold 2 stocks in order to raise cash, in order to trade options, because I have cash, but if I deposit it, it takes 3 to 5 business days on TD to clear for options. And obviously I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to scramble, trying to get these trades. And we did some puts yesterday with the team. We got 4 puts yesterday. Unfortunately, I got into some SPY calls at the end of the day thinking that we would get that support bounce right here at 2273 and kind of putting faith in the government and faith in Trump to actually, get us some meaningful stimulus and some meaningful plan of action. There is none other than some SBA business loans, other than sick leave, which they didn't really say. They didn't say it was going to be paid sick leave. They said there would be some help. That's not concrete. A payroll tax holiday, that's not concrete. That's to pass through Congress. IRS extensions for filing, that's not fast enough. So I have to the point, in my opinion, the charts is very difficult to look at because you're in a panic mode. The second thing is that let's look at a macro sense. The NBA has suspended games. See how much money in concessions, travel, hotels, all that. That's a big deal. That's not small. Champions League, the biggest championship in Europe for soccer, is suspended. That's hotels, that's travel, all that. The travel industry is going to be in shambles pretty soon. Travel will be what the banks were in '08. So, you want to stay away from anything travel, anything energy, for sure. If you decided to buy stocks, let's say you did, you have to buy stocks that you know are going to stay around for at least 5 to 10 years. Facebook will be around in 5 to 10 years. Apple will be around 5 to 10 years. People will still buy iPhones. Google will be around. Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan, those kind of names, Johnson & Johnson. Guys, if you decide to buy stocks, which again, I've always said, at least 5 years, you don't need the money. You don't use the money for 5 years. You don't need it. Then you can start dipping your toe. But I would wait, my opinion, to 2316 on the S&P. That's about 300 handles on the S&P. I'm not touching anything until then. I'm not buying any stock until then. I'm waiting for that real flush capitulation in order to start getting to a fire sale. When does capitulation happen? I believe it's when you have regular retail investors regular people throwing their hands in the air like in 2008 said, I'm done with the stock market. I can't do this anymore. And then you start getting a transference of generational wealth in a sense. So, but again, if you are a long-term investor, if you're a 401k holder, you're sticking to your plan anyways. Most recessions last about 18 months. So it'll be a brutal 18 months, but that's where we are. Okay, so let's answer some questions. Drake says, good morning. Hey, good morning. Again, not here to push fear, just giving you the reality check. I'll probably do a live tonight and actually talk a little bit more about it, but the VIX is at 60, guys. Bitcoin is getting trashed, down 25%. Why is Bitcoin getting trashed? Is Bitcoin worth less? No, people are selling it in order to raise money. They're raising money here. Everyone's trying to catch liquidity. Second thing is gold. People are selling gold, and gold's been doing great. It's a safety net, right? Why are they selling it? Everything is down. Unless you have dollars, unless you have government bonds, unless you have VIX. That's the only three things that are green. Everything else is red. So there is nowhere to hide. The only thing you can do here, guys, is really just trade it with put options. So what do you recommend? SPY, you're going to have to throw out the window. It's just too darn expensive. Qs you can play. IWM I've been playing. Those are the names I've been playing. Qs, IWM. You can start playing some Apple puts. You can start playing some Boeing puts. We played Boeing yesterday. Roku took a hit yesterday. Basically, anything that you know that has soared going up to this deal. The companies that have made the most, the highest gainers, the Apples, the Microsofts, Boeing, not so much. Roku was up. Space was up, which is Virgin Galactic. Those kind of names that you know that have soared right away in the bull market 2019, that sort of thing. Those are the names you want to get down. So I have a list here. Again, for example, NVIDIA you want to get into. Disney you want to get into. Netflix for puts. Microsoft. Tesla would be another one. A little expensive, but Tesla. Alibaba would be another one. Roku, like I said. Target, maybe. DAL. Airlines are going to probably be a little crowded. Trying to see what else is here. Costco, not so much. SPCE, yep, those kind of names. Just keep in mind, put side is going to be very crowded. So again, the premiums are going to jump up. So keep your 1 to 4% risk in mind. Don't freak out. And again, find the opportunities. But in my opinion, I want to short this market all the way to 2316 on the S&P, which is the S&P futures. We broke the 200-day moving average. I think there's no more to say here that it's over. Like the party's over, guys. I think so. I think the bull market is over. I don't think you need me to confirm that, but the party's over now. What do you do as a trader? This is an opportunity because there's blood in the streets and you can trade puts moving forward. So if you're a trader, you're fine. If you're an investor, it's going to suck. That's just kind of the feeling. You're just going to get kicked in the balls every day. But that's just normal. Don't even look at your portfolio. Just trade options if you do trade options. That's your best bet. So Victor, the open, I don't like to trade right at the open. I like to see how things move. Again, I think the Fed may say something today, but again, it's maybe a little too late in my opinion. 2 circuit breakers in a deal, yeah. Booking is an expensive stock, so their options are going to be expensive. That's not something that I would, in my opinion, want to signal. So I would stay away from it. But yeah. Right now, guys, there's nothing to fear in regards to, stocks are not going to go to zero. Let's make that clear. It's not going to go to zero. But is it going to suck for a while? Yeah, this is going to happen for about 18 months. This coronavirus is what we call a black swan event. What is a black swan event? It's an event that no one can prepare for. It just happens. And you just have to be, reactive. You can't really predict this stuff. You just got to be reactive. So puts is on the menu today. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I can't wait to do it because last time we had a real downfall, I went ahead and shorted 10 times in a row and I got it. So good morning. Daniel says, should we put a market order to buy puts at the open possibly before circuit breaker? No, we're not going to do that. We don't want to do just limit order a market order because the spread can kill you. So again, there's no rush. Would selling my worst stocks and risking it all on puts be worth it? Alexander, I wouldn't do that. Again, the word you said it, risking it all. When I hear the words risking it all, that's gambling. No risking it all. You stick to what you have. If you have your stocks, I wouldn't sell a share. The only reason I sold some shares yesterday was because to get cash for trading options. That was it. and I'm going to buy them right back. I just have to transfer the money. So I have the money already. I just have to transfer back and buy them back. So either way, that's where we are. So I had to do that. No big deal though. But any other questions this morning? You buying more shorts? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some puts this morning. I'm going to be fast and furious. So for the most part, if you DM me on Instagram, it's going to be a little tough to get back to you because I'll be handling my guys, my members, blah, blah, and the team, because we're going to be back on it. We're going to be doing it. So yesterday we had 5 trades. If I would have held Boeing, we would have been green. We would have been 5 out of 5, but we got 4 out of 5. But that was a pretty down market too. So guess what? I'm ready for this one. But we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. I'll probably do a live tonight and try to talk about it and see how we close. And we'll leave it at that, guys. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Do not fear. These things pass, as always, but be vigilant. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Enjoy your Thursday.